Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Monday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in game 3 of our Eastern Conference first round playoffs of NBA 2K22 Road to the NBA Finals Series 1 of our Toronto Raptors uh, playoff series. So I'm really excited for games 3 and 4. After we win our fourth game, we advance on to the Eastern Conference semifinals. So the Orlando Magic will not reach it because they lost all their games if we sweep them. So I'm really anticipated for the Raptors hopefully making the NBA Finals. So I'm predicting that we'll probably face off against the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals if we make it. So we're going to show you the uniforms and we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, so the Toronto Raptors are going to be wearing the White Association uniforms on the road, while on the other hand, the Orlando Magic are going to be wearing their classic alternate 1994 through 98 Shaquille O'Neal era uniforms with the pinstripes on them. So we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, it is tip-off time here at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. So the Orlando Magic have won the tip-off. So now it is Jalen Suggs with the possession. Loses a basketball. Gary Trent Jr. picks up the steal. And it is Pascal Siakam who makes that layup. So Gary Trent makes that 2-point late, makes the assist there. And now it is Cole Anthony. He loses a basketball of Red Van Fleet, passing it to Pascal Siakam. And he is going to do an Air Jordan dunk on top of Wendell Carter Jr. So now it is Cole Anthony passing this one off to Wendell Carter Jr., getting that one in. So it's now 4-2 Toronto at this point. So now Fred VanVleet, he's going to knock a three from downtown, and it is good. So it's now 7-2 Raptors. So now Jalen Suggs has possession of the basketball. He loses it. Fred VanVleet picks up the steal. He makes a dunk for the Raptors, and it's now going to be a 9-2 Toronto lead at this point. So now Cole Anthony with the possession of the basketball. What is he going to do? He might pass it to a teammate. He's going to pass it to Franz Wagner. So he's going to pass it back to Jalen Suggs, the Gonzaga product. So now Jalen Suggs, he is going to make that layup in the paint for two. Now I'm going to use some Fred VanVleet. Actually, I might pass it to the Florida State man, Scotty Barnes. Loses a basketball, and it is Jalen Suggs who picks it up. So now Cole Anthony, I intercept that one off to Scotty Barnes. So now the Florida State Seminoles product, he is going to knock a three from downtown, as it's going to be 12-4 Toronto at this point. So Cole Anthony losing that basketball. So now Scotty Barnes making that layup in. 5 steals for Toronto and 11 points off of turnovers. So it's now a 14-4 Orlando lead. And now Jalen Suggs, the Gonzaga product, misses that three. So OG Anunoby, he's going to pass it to Scotty Barnes. So he gets that in there for two. And this is the first episode in this whole playoffs that the Toronto Raptors are in the United States of America. Because keep in mind, they are actually the only Canada NBA team. So 29, there are 30 teams in the NBA. 29 of them are from the US, and only one is from Canada. So the only Canadian team there is the Toronto Raptors. But there used to be, the Grizzlies used to be in Canada, but they were in Vancouver at that point. So in 2001, they left Vancouver and moved on to Memphis. So now Magic are taking time out. We are going to take a break. Alright, so there's now 16 seconds to go in the first quarter here in Orlando. So now the Magic now have possession of the basketball. So Cole Anthony, there is a foul there. It's on Malachi Flynn. and it's a shooting foul. So he goes to the free throw line. He makes that first one in, and will he get that second one in? Yes, he will. So now there's 6.3 seconds to go, and we give that to the Magic. So this ends the first. And Cole Anthony does not make that three before the buzzer beater even hits 0. And we'll see ends in the second quarter. All right, it is now 22-12 here in Toronto, here in Orlando. And now we got OG Anunoby. He is going to get that one in for 2. So the London native gets his first 2 points of this quarter. So now it is Cole Anthony with the possession of the basketball. So he's going to pass it to Mo Bamba. And Cole Anthony will pick up the assist there. So I'm going to pass it deep to Anunoby. And it is now 26-14 here in Orlando. So now Cole Anthony loses a basketball, goes out of bounds there. But the Magic still do have possession of the basketball. So now Jonathan Isaac, where is he going to pass this ball off to? He is going to pass it to Terrence Ross, the former Toronto Raptors player. So now Thaddeus Young picks up that steal. So now Thaddeus Young from mid-range gets that in there. So it's now 28-14. And Toronto, they've had 13 points off of turnovers from Orlando, which I think Orlando had like 6 turnovers or 9. Don't really pay attention to the numbers of turnovers like I should be doing, but Mo Bamba misses that shot. OG Anunoby with that rebound. Gonna pass it to Thaddeus Young. There is a foul, though, on Jonathan Isaac. It's a shooting foul. So we will go to the free throw line once at it, and he actually misses that. Robin Lopez picking up that rebound, passing it to Jalen Suggs, and then Wendell Carter Jr. scoring that in. So Suggs is going to pick up the rebound there. So now it is Fred VanVleet going to knock it from downtown, and it's now going to be 33-16. Raptors are already up by 17 points, and Terrence Ross losing the basketball. Gary Trent passing this to Fred VanVleet, and VanVleet gets it in there, so it's now 35-16. Toronto, within the last minute and 46 seconds, they have been on a 13-4 run. And chances are, with these huge leads, that's how they end up. They know what to do on their fast break points. They know when to shoot the 3, when the appropriate spot to shoot a 3. And that's how their talents are rising. I mean, they're making less fouls as usual. So it's now 37-18. Wendell Carter Jr. with 6 points today in this episode. And Fred VanVleet, he's going to knock a 3 downtown, and Orlando is going to take a timeout. All right, Fred VanVleet intercepts that one off to Brook Lopez, and now Cole Anthony has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass that to Terrence Ross, and then Wendell Carter Jr. So I'm going to pass that to Fred VanVleet, and then some Pascal Siakam. So now Siakam, he's going to knock down a 3 from downtown from the corner. Now it's a 23-point lead for the Raptors, and there is about 30-some seconds left. And now Siakam making that steal. He's going to make another Air Jordan dunk. And this Toronto Raptors team is really talented. They're up by 25 in this first half. So Cole Anthony losing that basketball. He is going to pass it to Wendell Carter Jr., passing it back to Cole Anthony. So there are 9 seconds left on the shot clock. So that gets blocked. Gary Trent Jr. picking up that rebound. So Scotty Barnes, will he make that from 3? Yes, he will. There's 8.7 seconds to go, and we've already scored 50 points. So Franz Wagner picks it up, and he doesn't make it in to end the first half from 3 before the buzzer beater. 50-22 is the score at halftime. All right, it is 50-22. Fred VanVleet with 15 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists in today's episode here in Orlando. And he's been really off to a hot start today. He's been knocking down quite a bit of threes from behind the arc. So now it is Jalen Suggs, the Gonzaga product, going to pass that to Cole Anthony. I almost said Carmelo Anthony for some weird reason because their first names both begin with a C, and their last names are both Anthony. So Scotty Barnes knocking it in from downtown. So now it is Cole Anthony with the possession. And Scotty Barnes, he's going to pass that to Fred VanVleet, getting that in from 2. Now it's 57-24. 19 points for Fred VanVleet, 8 for 8 from field goals. So now Cole Anthony making that nice spin move there. So what is he going to do? He is actually going to get that in there for 2. So it's now 57-26 at the moment. And I'm going to pass that to Thaddeus Young, then back to Scotty Barnes, then to Young, then to Barnes, and then Fred VanVleet and some Gary Trent Jr., the former Portland Trailblazers player, knocked that from downtown. So it's now a 34-point lead for the Toronto Raptors here in the third. Jalen Suggs going to knock down a 3. That does not go in. Thaddeus Young picking up that rebound. So now Siakam making that layup there. So it's now 62-26, a 36-point lead for Toronto. So now Jalen Suggs, what is he going to do? Going to pass that to Wendell Carter Jr., and that's a dunk. So now scoring leaders Fred VanVleet with 19 and Wendell Carter Jr. for 10. Now this will be Fred VanVleet's 22nd point of the game. It's now 65-28. The Magic feel like they have been challenged here along the lines. They've been trailing by so many points, and Jalen Suggs with that 3. So Toronto has made 8 more threes than Orlando today. Now Gary Trent Jr. picked up that offensive rebound, and Fred VanVleet knocking it down from 3. So it's now 68-31. So Fred VanVleet picking up that steal. He is actually going to dunk that in. So it's now 70-31. We are actually going to take a break. Alright, so it's now 18.4 seconds to go. I'm going to pass that to Fred VanVleet. He is going to knock this one from downtown. So it's now 77-37 at this point with 13. Now it's down to 12, 11, 10 seconds to go. Franz Wagner passing it to Jalen Suggs. So Jalen Suggs, what is he going to do? Pass it to Franz Wagner, and he don't make it in before the buzzer beater to end the third. So it's a 40-point lead here for Toronto, and they are on their way to win the third game of this series. So if Toronto wins one more game after this episode, they will officially advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals. So they sweep Orlando, they're in it. So now Markelle Fultz, he has possession. He's going to pass it to Gary Harris, knocks it from downtown. So now it was Markelle Fultz who picked up the assist there. So it's now 79-40. Fred VanVleet with 36 points today. And he is still on his feet like no other player. So he's going to pass it to Wagner and then Markelle Fultz. What is he going to do? He's going to pass it to Moritz Wagner. Then Gary Harris making that layup in. So now I'm going to use some Fred VanVleet. He has possession, so he is going to go up. He is going to get blocked. So now it is Chris Boucher going to pass it to Fred VanVleet. So now Fred VanVleet getting this one in for 2. Now it's 81-42 with 2:54 to go in this fourth quarter. So now it's Gary Harris. Orlando is trailing by 39 points. And now we pick up that rebound. Birch going to pass it to Van Vliet, and then Malachi Flynn, and then Chris Boucher gets that in, so it's now 83-42. 97% in field goals, while the Orlando Magic, they're at 68% in field goals today. Toronto, they've only missed one field goal in this whole game. So that's why they're extending their lead even further. So now I'm going to pass that to Fred VanVleet. So now it is Fred VanVleet. Will he make a three? No, not at this three, he won't. But Gary Harris, he is going to go up. Gets that in for two. Now it's 83-46 at the moment. And I'm going to pass it to Fred VanVleet. So we're leading by 37. VanVleet knocking this one from downtown. So it's now 86-46. So I am going to take a break. Fred VanVleet is your player of the game for your Toronto Raptors. I will explain the numbers here in just a couple of minutes. So Fred VanVleet, he has possession. What is he going to do? He is going to knock down a three from downtown. There is no buzzer beater after this time, so there's 22.9 seconds to go. And now Gary Harris passes it to Okeke, and then he is going to dribble the basketball. Going to pass that to Harris, Gary Harris, getting that from downtown. So it's now 91-51, so it's a 40-point lead. And I'm going to use Siakam. He is going to knock down a three before the buzzer beater. And it's going to be a 43-point win for the Toronto Raptors on the road in the Sunshine State. So that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll show you the statistics. Alright, Fred VanVleet, 44 points, 3 assists, 4 steals on the day. He had 3 dunks, 8 for 9 from the three-point line, so 3 for three-pointers. So Pascal Siakam, 16 points on the day. He has 1 steal and 2 dunks. And now Scotty Barnes has 13 points, 3 assists, 2 steals on the day. OG Anunoby, he had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist on the day for him. Wendell Carter Jr., 12 points in all for him today. He did have a dunk. Gary Harris had 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist on the day. Jalen Suggs, he had 9 points, 4 assists, 1 steal on the day. He was 1 for 3 in the three-pointers today. Cole Anthony had 4 points in all, 6 assists, by the way. And Franz Wagner, he had 4 points in all. Robin Lopez, 2 points, 1 steal, 1 rebound, and a dunk for him. Mo Bamba had 2 points. Jonathan Isaac had 2 points and 2 steals. So that clearly wraps it up, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next episode.